What is up, guys? It's Tom here and welcome to a brand new transfer news video. And in this video we will cover Manchester United and their biggest transfer target. Antoine Griezmann could leave Atletico Madrid either in January or next summer, and either Manchester United or Manchester City will be his destination. Both clubs want him to join, so let me know, guys. Would you welcome Antoine Griezmann to the Premier League? I certainly am a big fan of him. He was brilliant for Atletico Madrid last season. This season not so much. Last season he scored 32 goals. This season he only has 9 goals in 21 games for Atletico Madrid only, which is still a great return. And yeah, let me know, guys, would you welcome Antoine Griezmann to the Premier League? Also, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, and let me know what kind of other football discussion videos do you want to see on my channel. Do you want me to talk about more transfer news or any other topic that you want me to discuss? Let me know your suggestions in the comments below. I hope that you are spending the Christmas having a great time, or any other holiday that you are celebrating. And the first big player, as I said, is Antoine Griezmann, who is 25 years old. And the big reason why Griezmann could leave Atletico Madrid is that Atletico Madrid's manager could leave next summer. He actually shortened his contract, which is quite a weird thing to do. He used to play for Inter Milan and he's maybe looking to leave to Inter Milan to coach there. So it's a very precarious situation for him. And Atletico Madrid, you know, they have an £84 million release clause for Antoine Griezmann, and I can certainly see either Manchester United or Man City pay that release clause, because both clubs are absolutely loaded. I mean, Jose Mourinho spent £140 million just this summer on transfers, so I can certainly see him spending more money either in January or next summer. I think the most likely that this Griezmann transfer could happen is next summer, but I wouldn't rule out a January transfer move, because Man United desperately need to improve their results. They are only in 6th place at the moment. And Ibrahimovic could stay at Man United for another 1.5 to 2 years, but you know, he's 35 years old, so Man United in the long term need a goal scorer like Griezmann. I don't think Rashford is ready to fire Manchester United to the top 4 or to the title in the next year or next 2 years. He's more of a long-term project. He's a great talent, don't get me wrong, but it looks like that Mourinho wouldn't want to start him every week as the number 9. And the other big transfer talk is that Victor Lindelof, who is a 22-year-old Swedish centre-back, he plays for Benfica and he has a release clause of 38 million, or his price could be 38 million. He's on his way to Manchester United in January. Sources close to him already said that he played his last game for Benfica against Rio Ave, which was like 3 or 4 days ago. And he's a physical, fast, strong player. And once Benfica got a couple of injuries in the centre-back spot, Luizao, Jardel and other players got injured, he got into the first team and he never looked back since. He has been an ever-present since at Benfica, and also he made his debut for the Swedish national team, and Zlatan Ibrahimovic said himself that he's a hot prospect on the transfer market right now. So many clubs are looking to land Victor Lindelof, who could be the next big centre-back talent. And remember that Benfica made so many amazing players through their academy, and also through signing cheap South American players like Angel Di Maria, David Luiz, just to name 2 of former Benfica youngsters. And another very interesting transfer target for Manchester United is Barca Yokoo. I apologize if I mispronounce his name. He's 22 years old. He's a defensive midfielder. He plays for Monaco, and he would likely cost about 35 million for Man United. And also Chelsea want to sign him. Lindelof is also a target of AC Milan, but I think Man United are in pole position to sign him. And yeah, Griezmann also a target for Man City and Manchester United. So I wonder, if you were Griezmann, which club would you choose? I would choose Manchester City because they have the better squad at the moment. They also have the better manager, in my opinion. This could be controversial to some of you guys, but I think that Guardiola is a better manager than Mourinho right now. And yeah, maybe Man City has more chance of winning trophies in the next 2 or 3 years than Man United, but that's just my personal opinion. Of course, this is a discussion with you guys, so you can of course disagree with me in the comments below. So let's get back to Barca Yokoo. He's a very talented player. I haven't watched a lot of him because he hasn't been starting you know, every game for Monaco, but he's very highly reviewed by scouts, so he would be another good addition, and he could be a replacement for Michael Carrick and also Morgan Schneiderlin. It looks like that Everton want to buy him, and he's very unhappy, Schneiderlin, at the lack of game time. So Carrick getting old, Schneiderlin could be sold, and Man United might need a new defensive midfielder to their team, and I think that's the one area where they are lacking. Under Herrera and Fellaini has played defensive midfield sometimes for Man United, and they are both not really good. I mean, Fellaini is a very clumsy player, but Herrera is not an out-and-out defensive midfielder, in my opinion. Even though he did a good job there, they might need a specialist defensive midfielder there. And the fourth big transfer target is another young player, Nelson Semedo, who is 23 years old. He also plays for Benfica. He's a right back, and you know, Man United don't have an out-and-out right back, and at the moment Antonio Valencia and sometimes Matteo Darmian plays there. I mean, Darmian is an out-and-out right back, but I don't think that he's good enough long term if Man United want to challenge for the title, if Man United want to challenge for the top 4 and for maybe the Champions League when they get there, or if they get there, shall I say. So Nelson Semedo is a huge talent. Bayern Munich also want to sign him. He would cost about £25 million. He's very pricey, and he still has plenty of room for improvement because, you know, he's only 23 and he's doing very well at Benfica. And of course Mourinho, he's Portuguese, so he knows the probably through his connections, the Portuguese talent pool a lot better than other players. So yeah guys, let me know what do you think about these 4 transfer targets, who could be on their way to the Premier League in the January transfer window. I certainly hope that Liverpool will sign at least 1 or maybe 2 players, but Jurgen Klopp recently said that Liverpool will only sign a player who is a long-term project for Liverpool. So they won't sign him for 1 month just to replace Mane, or for half a season, because then you have another problem in the summer if you sign a player for the half the season, that you maybe have to sell him or something like that. So Jurgen Klopp will only sign a player if he would sign him in the summer transfer window anyway, and he would be available in the January. Mourinho himself said that the January transfer window is not his favorite transfer window, but I think Man United will look to do business because they definitely need strengthening. And also Eric Bailly will be going to the Africa Cup of Nations, so this Victor Lindelof guy would certainly come in handy for Man United, because they might have to bring in a new centre-back in the January transfer window. Imagine if they have another injury crisis. Smalling has been in and out of the team with injuries. Phil Jones also had a long injury layoff recently. So yeah, I think this is the most likely transfer, Victor Lindelof to Man United, which will happen, probably will happen in the January transfer window, but I can certainly see Griezmann going either to Man City or Man United. It will be fascinating to see the 2 city rivals going head to head in the transfer market. So yeah, let me know what do you think about this in the comments below, and thanks for watching. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, see you later guys, goodbye.